This is already a mistake because you're moving the bishop before the knight in the opening, and white has a good response. Black is obliged to take the knight because if you take back, then white can play queen trade, and now white won a pawn. Attacking the bishop has to move back to guard this pawn, and now you're up in material. It's a really easy game for white. So, black took, okay, with the queen here, and the queen here. Black, after this capture, black took. And now queen takes d5. Now white develops and creates a threat, attacking f7 with the queen and the bishop. In order to defend, black has to move this queen. In the game, black chose... Okay, you can also do knight f6, this is what black chose, but theory suggests queen f6 is the best move here, but white still has an advantage. After knight f6, white renews the threat, attacking the pawn again, and this pawn too. So, black defends with queen e7, although blocking the bishop in an awkward situation. White has two main choices, knight c3 to develop, and queen takes, winning a pawn. Morphy chose knight c3 to develop the pieces, and basically white's plan is to bring this bishop and castle queenside and create a lot of pressure in the center. And with this knight on c3 with the bishop on g5 coming next, knight d5 is always a possible option. After knight c3, black chose c6, trying to restrict the movement of these pieces, knight and bishop. Okay, so white did bishop g5. And now it was a mistake, b5. White took, sacrificing a knight for 2 pawns. After c takes b5, there followed bishop takes b5, knight bd7, and now white castles. The bishop and the rook provide a lot of pressure on the d7 knight, and this bishop here pins this knight to the queen, so this knight doesn't want to ever move. So black is stuck. There's not really much he can do. So it was rook to d8, trying to protect the knight, and now white makes a brilliant move, rook takes d7, sacrificing a rook for a knight, even though the knight is less valuable. Rook takes d7, forced, and now white brings his last piece into the game. Here, black is pretty much just completely busted. Can't move the rook, the knight doesn't want to move, and what to do? Black did queen e6, but yes, queen e6. So I'm forgetting the next move. Was it even queen e6? Maybe. Okay, bishop takes... Aha, this is right. Queen e6, bishop takes d7. And now after knight takes... Let's see if you can find the last move for white. Okay. Queen b8. Sacrificing the queen for the knight. So, only one move left. But, now it's checkmate. The bishop's guarding the rook, and the king has nowhere to go. And the rook cannot be captured. So, this is checkmate in the end of the game. Even though black has a queen, 2 minor pieces, and a rook, versus 1 minor piece and a rook. White's development is a lot superior and more active, and by including all the pieces in the game, White was able to create a strong attack